the table, not round, no square, no triangle. We come to hang and have a game on Fridays as we're able. We play well here in Camelot, we are chums and fun, but Camelot. We're nice around the table, our host is formidable. He runs a strange, lots insane, but sure he's quite unstable. He's automatic, Camelot, but seems never to have done a lot. Label, quite incomprehensible. Blue wrenching and we have no plan but to sit and hear Dodge babble. It's a lady time in Camelot.
I have to shake my bum a lot.
This channel is a not-so-proud member of YouTube's all-encompassing special society of heavily overwhelmed layout enthusiasts. Check any railway show, check any railway club, check any layout, check your own house. You'll find one of us somewhere. Warning, the content of this stream is not suitable for children under the age of 16. The topic, language, themes, attitude, and personality of the presenter is not appropriate for anyone, much less children under the age of 16. Topics discussed will not center on trains and will focus on anything except politics. It just happens trains are running. Any similarity between characters, situations, trains, and intelligent thoughts is strictly a coincidence. Any rebroadcast or transmission of the stream without the expressed written consent of Major League Baseball is strictly prohibited. Viewer discretion is advised. Remember the 3 rules for model train layouts and pretty much anything. It's your layout, do what you want as you want. Do not tell someone else what to do unless they ask you directly what they should do. Do not call out, mock, criticize, or insult another channel on your channel or anyone else's channel. Thank you for your cooperation.
See it, you'll love it, and it's all done in the best possible way.
Hey everybody, it's Friday again. Hard to believe, time is flying by too fast in this world. Or not fast enough, depending on what you're involved in. Welcome to the great meeting hall of Castle Camelot, also known as my basement. I hope all you fellow Knights of the Rhomboid table are finding yourselves in fair to midland condition here. We'll go straight to the lineup and see who has graced us with their presence so far. We've got our CEO, Sir Tim of Dowd, at the top. Welcome in, Sir Tim. We've got Sir Brian Ajemski and Sir Brian of Finnerton Central. We've got Sir Dirk from Go Army. And if I didn't cross my Dirks, Dirk, Joyce, and I send our condolences to the loss of your longtime pet, Loki. Yeah, I mean, Rainbow Bell recently lost a favorite dog, and some other people have too. And it's been a few years since our Lucky died, and then Storm died, but not a day goes by we don't miss it. Sir Greg from Great Northern is here. Sir Andy the Hot Dog Pilot, Sir Ipo Van Zon, Sir Jean of Ricard, Sir Josh Cannon is here. Sir Andy from March West Junction, Sir Dino, who had a birthday this week. Happy Women Liberation Day. Sir Mark and Dame Lisa from Moneybrook Junction are here. Hello, hello. Sir Ray of Bobel, Sir Rayron is here, the Dragon Rider. We've got Sir Andy B from Red Ridge Railways. Boy, try saying that 3 times fast or 5 times fast if you're drunk. We've got Sir Tom of Couples, our Sergeant at Arms, while Joseph Agliato is away. We got Sir Tom of Houston. We got Sir Chris from the Valleys, and I just saw somebody else pop on the list. Sir Andre Eckert is here. Welcome in. Welcome in. That is everybody on my list. I will try to catch up with everybody else as you come in. Hello to all the people in the background, all the people who watch on Catch Up or Makeup, which is something that always blows my mind, that there are people that will watch a live stream later. I will occasionally go back and try to watch a live stream if I missed it, just to see if anything happened. Hey, there is Sir Simon from Danelaw Model Railways. Hello, hello. Now we just need somebody of Sussex Model Railway and Wessex Model Railway, and we can have just a model railway battle between the Danelaw and, well, sorry, you got to know your British and Viking history there, the Great Heathen Army and all that. Okay. The Senate was on the right, Mike. Well, hang on. Let me see if these idiots, because this is saying, whoops, accidentally shut the mic off. Yeah, idiots. This should sound a lot better now. Oh my God, StreamYard. Sorry about that. Yeah, my OBS says I'm on the right mic, but StreamYard changed it from the moment I set up. So anyhow, yeah, jump scare. I suddenly came in louder. If you saw the video I posted this week, after 3 videos last week, just 1 this week, I did finish the little parking area back there. So it's all nice and symmetrical and mostly working. We're having a little bit of an issue with that one turnout. I did not work on it today to see if I could sort out why that right-hand turnout. Now, the right-hand turnout's on the left, just in case you didn't know that. Right-hand turnout on the left, left-hand turnout on the right. But everything's working. I just can't switch between lines 1 and 2 right now because that turnout is... and it's clearly just an issue of getting the signal because everything else is working. The trains have power going through. Hey, Sir Derek is here. Hello, Derek Wimberly. Hey, you're new here according to this. Hello to Virginia. Hello from Ohio. Let's get united. There we go. I now declare you a knight of the round boy table. All right, so yeah, I now have that all set up, and I'll try to get back and see what the problem is. The thing is, StreamYard likes to read this one camera as my primary microphone, but the problem is it doesn't do it consistently. Usually it will read my mic as the microphone, and every now and then out of the blue it'll just say, oh, you're on this microphone. And the thing is, before I went into the studio, I checked and it said it was on this microphone. And then as soon as I went into the studio, it changed it. Because I do check these things before I go live. The only thing I might forget to do is press the button.
And now there is sound. And I usually turn that off if I'm here fidgeting and messing with stuff before we go live. All right, so yeah, that's all done. I'm very pleased. Now, again, it's not like it's a work of art or I built some beautiful layout. I laid a couple of boards down and put some track over them and built a bridge between the old section and the new section. Not complicated, serious carpentry. And I had been planning to do this for a long time. I just did not expect to do it so soon. So I already knew what I was going to do. Hey, Sir Roger of St. Blasey, welcome in. And did I see Sir Randall Ellison? You're looking for now. So there's that. And then the other, there's big news that is shared between me and SJ, but I'm going to save it for a little bit. I'll talk about it a little bit later because I have, it's all about timing, and sometimes timing sucks. Because as you know, a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, I forget when it was, Joyce had money stolen out of our account. Somebody created a fake ATM card using her information, and we're able to steal $1,700. And we're still in the process of working with the bank to get our money back, since it was their fault. You know, we don't live in Texas. Somebody tried to change all the information on the account. They withdrew. They got away with 4 full withdrawals in 24 hours, which if I were doing that, the bank would have blocked me, but they let this person in Texas do it. So we're still waiting for that. But anyhow, this morning I got a notification from my German model railway shop that a particular reservation I made a year and a half ago has come in, and I had to pay for it today. So onto the credit card it went. But what did I get? Well, I'll have to change a couple of things here. Where are we at? There it is. But this came in. So I should have this hopefully by this time next week. I may not, but probably. Uh-oh. Oh, Sir Mick, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, man. So that is known as a Desiro. It is a Stadler design. Stadler makes a Desiro and a Velaro, as well as the Kiss and a couple others. But this has the single-decker power ends and then double-decker vehicles. The Velaro is all double-deckers. So this will be my second Desiro. So hopefully I'll have this for the live stream next week. I can't guarantee it. We're just going to have to wait and see. So yeah, Joyce and I send hugs and love to you, Mick, and you get better. And yeah, and it's because Joyce and I rode this one, Andre. That's why. Whoops. Yeah, it was not. Whoops. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons, but you get the idea. Yeah, I only came in about 20 minutes ago from working in the yard and had to get a shower and get down here and get everything set up. So I'm a little less prepared than I normally am. But yeah, this is one I wish would have waited, but it is what it is. And I'm happy to have it in the long run. And Dino, you said like the shirt. I got this at York National Railway Museum back in 2022. My friend Jim from Hover Motion had one. I saw it on one of his videos. So when I saw it at the York Railway Museum, I was like, oh, that's that really cool shirt Jim has. So I bought one. So it's just another groupie thing that I get. Jim from Hover Motion has one, so I had to get one because I'm a Hover Motion groupie.
So am I out of parking space again? No, I have plenty of parking spaces. That was the wonderful bonus of everything I've done. I've got at least 2 lines where I can put multiple small units on. So I'm good. I'm good. Oh, Mick, that's terrible. Did I see Sir Dwight came in? Yes, EFO, I know. I just merely point out that one's a single decker and one is double decker. Sometimes we can be a little bit too. So anyhow, what trains am I running today? I've forgotten. I'll have to look next to me, but let's get some trains running and see how it all goes. And by the way, I believe Dave Scott is here. Sir Dave, welcome in. Welcome in. In line 1, I am running what is known as the Munich Nuremberg Express. It no longer runs, but it's basically some, what is it, Eurofirma cars, coaches. Am I planning on adding extra points in the parking to be more flexible? Not at this stage, because I don't know if I could get more in there. Uh-oh. What did we just run over? Oh. I just had a full short out. Did that car act up? Let me go see. I'll put the floor stuff on. Hopefully that will be fine while I go fix this problem, because this is going to involve me running away from here. So on the floor cam, I'm not running British stuff today. I am running 2 things that I am thinking of getting rid of. I don't know yet, but I got the Lufthansa Express. And I got this little guy, I believe it's called Black Anna from Fleischmann. Slow down, Dex. Slow down. But I'll be right back. I got to see, I heard it click on something, and then pop, everything went off. Oh. Yep. Why did you derail? Did you guys lock your... I wonder if that had buffer lock. And I hope it's not going to be a consistent issue. Sorry about that. The first guy had 2 different cars derail and caused the short out. All right. Anyhow, in line 2, oh, they did it again. What's going on? What is going on? Oh. All right, I think I found what the problem is. The one buffer was, or coupler was bunched up. All right, let's see if I can actually get a second car in motion. Or a third train in motion. Sorry, Ed. Did that one guy start speeding up a bit? Yep. He takes a little while to warm up, and then he starts flying down below. He's still flying. Anyhow, let's get the ICE4 going. Yep, your headlights are on. Okay, well, we just got around with that one. All right, doing something very rare. My Alex train here rarely gets to ride the outer rails, so today I'm letting him run the outer rails. And I'm running it with a different loco. I actually have two Alex Hertz. This is the dark green one from Roco. The one that matches the cars in color is by Piko, but I thought I'd let the Roco guy have a go. It's been a little while since I ran that one. Lane 4 is a class 143, pulling somewhat a German called N-Wagen for Nahverkehr. Whoops, somebody forgot a car. How'd that happen? Well, we know how it happened, but really, I'll just wait for him to come around. Come on, fella. And then the one freight I'm running today is this dude. I'm just waiting for this one guy to get around so I can stop him and add his car. Oh, where's my re-railer so I can do this without shutting the power off? Yeah, there's been that kind of... All right, think you can stay together this time? All right. Anyhow, so I got to change controllers here just to get this guy going. Yep. Where are you? And we'll get this class 186. He's pulling a mix of some tarpaulin cars and some tankers. So if you love the freight, that's it today. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I'm a little discombobulated today. Weather has been crazy. I've been trying to get yard work done for 3 days, and the grass took a lot longer to cut because it was so high. I've never seen my grass this high in April. Anyhow, the last guy running is this class 18 of Wurttemberger C-Class, and pulling a group of Wurttemberger State Railway. Whoa, sorry about that. I accidentally. Okay, now who did what and where? It wasn't you? Oh, it's one of those days where maybe I just turn everything off and call it done. It's not you. Is it the one guy I can't reach? Oh, no. That's why it happened right at the start. You derailed. What happened there, fella? Okay. Problem solved. Let's just hope the problems stop. All right. I'll slow him down just a bit and speed up the Railpool just a bit. Okay. Sorry. Hey, Sir Brian of Clintonville, how are you? Anybody else I'm missing? Well, this is the problem, Ray. This week, I set these cars up Wednesday night. I just ran a loop with them, and I've been working on the layout. I did not come back and double check and test. I just, all I did was put them in position, and sometimes I do it by hand, so it's very easy. For example, the first short out at the very beginning, I had locked the coupler onto a buffer and had not noticed I did that when I was pushing it into position. You know, sometimes you push them, you're pushing them from a car. You know, I always have that startup position. And then normally I come down and I run things a couple of laps one at a time to make sure there's no gremlins. And for whatever reason, the last couple of times I haven't checked for gremlins, I've had gremlins. Because I have been so distracted with a lot of things. And one of the things I had to do, oh, I slowed you down too much and now you don't like it. Come on. Oh. Okay, you're good. All right. So but yeah, I'm going in spurts. Last week I had some gremlins that took about an hour to tame them all down. Or no, last week it was just the one camera. Everything ran fine. The one camera down below froze and decided not to work. And so these guys didn't get to run. So I'm running those today. But I am looking at giving away, if I can go to the floor cam, that Lufthansa Express with the 103. I'm not ready to give that away because I love the Lufthansa Express, but if I can ever find one in 3-rail, then this guy's going. I actually have a third car, but it's a Märklin, so I can't run it down here. But the 103 in Lufthansa is a classic in a lot of the German model train world. It's one of those well-knowns and beloved locos. I can get a 111, but it's one of the things I'm looking for when I go to Germany this year. Is I'll be looking for a Lufthansa Express. But this little Fleischmann, I suppose I could work on giving that away today if somebody likes that little 040. It's known as the Black Anna. It's a famous little steamer. I believe it's Austrian, or not Austrian. Is it Austrian or Bavarian? I can't remember. I only read about it when I was looking up what it was and to see if I could convert it to 3-rail. Does the 103 have the lights flipped? No. The thing is, the 103, the lights only work in one direction. Unfortunately, I have it going I have it going door 1 first. I have it going the main drive first, but unfortunately, I think the bulbs are burned out. This is, other than when I tested it, this is the first time I've actually run it. And when I was testing it last week to make sure it would run on the live stream, it was the proper front end, the lights don't work. So I probably should have just turned it around. But if I'm going to give it away, I want people to know what's wrong with it anyhow. Yes, hello, Sir KJ. Great to have you. And which Steve came in? Steve P87 or Steve 87th PSAP. There we go. Well, the thing is, British, old British stuff like Triang and Old Hornby, there was a time where they were 3-rail, but they've been 2-rail for a long time. So I have 2-rail. I have a Hornby LNER down here, and I've actually ridden the LNER Azuma. And I think it's a wonderful train. The model by Hornby is a great model for what it is. I think it's a little bit overpriced for what you get with it when you compare that it's not digital. It is DCC ready, but it's not digital. It comes with lights, interior lighting, but its list price when it came out was about $400. Well, for $520, I can get a 5-car ICE 3 at the time, comparatively speaking, at the time. That was what was that all about? Did my internet hiccup? Yeah, and the thing is, Ray, if you want to make an Italian train just for the heck of it, I mean, there's even on American sites, eBay for the US, you can find some Lima Italian coaches that would go with it, Era 5, Era 6, for relatively cheap. So if you want to get 2 or 3 cars just to go, here's an Italian train. Speaking of which, I heard from Chris from Model Train Aficionado. He got his Class 18 steamer and said it was awesome. So I'm glad to hear. All right. Good night, Sir Simon. Yeah, I'm discombobulated today. It's been a crazy week in off-camera stuff. Hey, Sir James from Dundas. How are you? Oh, that would have been cool. Is what European or American? Yeah, Dana Law is SJ Train World Simon. No, I wouldn't mind going to the Dortmund Intermodellbau, but it's something that once Joyce retires, I could conceivably do, because once we retire, Joyce and I are not limited to traveling in June and July, and specifically for Joyce, June, because Joyce wants to get the trip over with and then have her summer to relax before going back. But next year is Joyce's last year, and unfortunately, it has just been set up to be an insane year because of massive budget cuts from federal and state funding. The school system went from having a nice surplus to now being in a deficit, and they are closing schools and eliminating jobs. So Joyce is safe, but the school year next year is going to be insane. They're looking at, I believe they proposed a 4-day school week, and then, but teachers have to work 5 days, but students go 4 days. Hey, speaking of which, there is Sir Chris from Model Train Aficionado. Nice to have you here. My thing is, because Joyce and I travel in June, both in the UK and in Germany, the two primary countries we traveled in, the little model train exhibitions where all the local guys come out and set up their layouts, and the local guys are selling all their used stuff, and the smaller hobby shops and that come out and they all set up booths and tables, whether it's 10 booths or 50 booths or whatever. Those don't occur because it's summer holidays, so nobody does train shows in June. The problem is when they are doing them, January, February, and March, or November and so forth, that's the crappiest weather for us to travel in. We did go to Getz, and we're thinking of doing Getz again, but the other thing we might decide to do is, because next year, Joyce has decided we're going to Australia, and she wants to go in October because everybody told her it's spring and that's when all the pretty flowers bloom. So Joyce wants to go in October to Australia, and I can't talk her out of it. She's been convinced that's the best time of year. My thing is, yes, that's when the flowers bloom, but it's also when all the poisonous spiders and all the other funny things also come out. So it's not my preferred time to travel. June was kind of nice, even though it was getting into winter time in Australia. Well, hello, Sir Victor. Bonsoir, Titi Harry, ça va? À tout le monde. Yeah. Well, I did 36 full years in as a teacher. If you count my 2 training years, it was 38. But technically I was still in college, but we had to do our teacher training where you still went out and taught. Joyce is on year 34 now. Next year will be 35 full-time years, but she also has 2-3 years as as a sub. But at 35, hey, Sir Pete and Dame Sue, welcome in. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm stuck on the bottom. Let's change some cameras and get some more fun to do. Nope, not that one. Let's do that one. Hey, Sir Jason from Fresno, welcome in. But to me, other than I might have gotten a 1% increase in my retirement, there was no point going another year or 2 years. First of all, if I wanted to go one more year, I would have had to go on and paid the almost $2,000 to get recertified because you have to take additional classes. You have to pay to get your license renewed. You have to pay to do the certification process. That's ridiculous. They make you do it and they make you pay. You have to do this and you have to pay us money to do it. And I just didn't want to go through it again. Bull crap. I've been teaching 36 years. I should not have to recertify. My career spoke for itself. I think after 36 years, I know what I'm doing. And it's not like they test to see you if you're qualified for your job. That's something else that we have to do every year, which is the educational observation. And they grade us every year. So really, it's just double indemnity, if you want to call it that. So yeah, I just didn't want to do it again. I probably, if I had had 1 or 2 years left on my certification, I would have done 1 or 2 more years. But that was really, in the end, I was like, I do not want to take more classes, pay to take more classes, do all that paperwork, pay all that money. It was like, screw it. I've done 36 years. That was enough. Hey, Sir Mike. But Joyce is sticking it out because by going next year, her retirement bonus will increase like 3-4%. So it's good for her to stay. I would like her to just have retired. But also, Cayenne is going to be starting at school next year, and she really wants to be there as a friendly face for Cayenne. And she'll enjoy just seeing her grandson at school as well. Grated grains make fine flour. Yeah, but over-certified, oversighted teachers make for tired, burned out teachers. Now, see, that's the thing. My pension doesn't go up. 5 years from now, unless they vote a COLA, cost of living adjustment, I'll be making the same amount of money. My pension is locked unless they vote, unless the board, not us, the board that supervises our retirement pension, which are a bunch of elected politicians, they're not appointed by the state, but they are. They're elected, but the state selects who they want to be elected. And they vote themselves pay raises and new office money and all kinds of luxuries. But cost of living adjustments for retired teachers, nope. They've given 2% raise in the last 15 years. Now, again, there are people that have not had a cost of living adjustment. There are people who can't even afford to retire. So my complaining may sound like, well, but again, when you have a bunch of people that vote themselves cushy things, but then deny you simple adjustments to cover the cost of living, then it's a little unfair. You got $5,000 a week and then you woke up, It is. I mean, I've kind of tried to push Joyce into retiring this year for a while, and she doesn't want to retire. So I really realized I was probably being a little too pushy and have backed off. But every now and then something comes up and she looks at me and I'm like, are you thinking of maybe changing your mind? She's like, only a little bit, because there have been some just insane things this year. And we're lucky we worked in a job where we can retire. Too many of our fellow humans don't get to retire. No, I'm not trying to use reverse psychology. I'm trying to avoid aggravating my wife. She has enough stress. She doesn't need me adding to it. Because like I said, I'm retired and I've had people said, oh, you'll come back after a couple of years. I've been out 4 years and I have no desire to go back. I have no desire. People are like, oh, well, you could substitute, make some extra money and make some extra train money. It's like, nope. If I decide I need a job to make extra money to buy trains, I'm going to go work at, I'll go work at like a Home Depot or a Lowe's or what you guys call B&Q over in the UK. I forget what they're called in Germany. There's a couple of chains of DIY stores. I would work there, even at minimum wage. I'd work 10, 20 hours a week. And if somebody gave me crap, I would tell them to F off. And if I got written up or fired for that, like, big deal. I don't need this job. What am I having for tea tonight? I don't know, Brian. You'd have to ask if you're here when Joyce comes in, because that is one of our standard conversations between the hour of 10 and 11 for you in the UK, but 5 and 6 when Joyce comes down. We have to discuss what's for dinner. Because Friday's dinner is never planned. It's either we're going out, we're getting takeout, or we have something quick in the refrigerator that we're going to nuke and have. You had cheese and pickles. Ugh. Cheese and pickles. I don't like pickles. But yeah, I mean, and I'm lucky I got to retire. And the fact is, when you factor in that they used to take out about 16-17% of my pay each year, before I saw it for my retirement. And then my retirement gives me 76% of my highest average income. You add the 17% on, I'm making about 93, 94% of my old income. I'm almost taking home as much pay as I did while working. I'm not paying union dues anymore. Plus, I'm not paying the 16 or 17% into my retirement fund. And because Joyce works in the same system with the same union, we just transferred my health benefits and insurance onto her account. Nine more years. You're 67 and 9 months. 9 years at 67. Joyce originally thought of going to 67, but nope, she's going to go out at 61. Because that's the big deal. Joyce turns 60 in a month. Joyce is going to hit the big 60. You got 2 more years? Wow, we got 56 people in here. Hi, everybody. I should change cameras now. Oh, it's just a number, Andy, but it's a number that lets you know you are counting down. The numbers may be going up, but you are counting down. You instantly convert that to 7 or 8 more locos. Yeah, it would not make sense to go back. Although as a substitute, you don't pay union dues. you just get paid a daily fee. And so you just pay your general taxes. You wouldn't be paying anything into retirement, anything like that. As a retired teacher, as a substitute. But I do know teachers who retired, who did like 30 or 35 years in one school system. They retired for a couple of years, and then they went back full time and do a different school system. And what happens is they're still getting their retirement pay. They're still getting their retirement pay from the previous system, but they're making full-time teacher pay from the new system. So in some ways, it's a nice way if you wanted to double your income. Put your 35 years in at one place, retire, and then get hired into another district. Hello, Sir Chuck Schreiber. I hear you, Randall. All right, we should stop talking about job and retirements. There's too many too many men and women stuck in jobs that they're trapped. Sold my soul to the company store. You're hoping to still be here in 2040. I mean, obviously, you could do a lot of things. My grandfather had diabetes later in life, was a cigar smoker. He didn't drink a lot. He wasn't a drinker. Maybe an occasional shot of whiskey, but he was not a drinker. Meat eater, big cigar smoker, chain cigar smoker. Died at like 84, 85. My dad, chain smoker, cigarettes, cigars. Again, not a drinker at all. Rarely drank anything more than, well, I think the hardest thing he ever drank was a cocktail, which he had maybe once or twice a year when he went to friends' parties and they were serving cocktails. But like my dad didn't even drink beer except on the ultra rare occasion. And he died at 84. My Uncle Dale died at 85. My great-grandfather died at 92. And his father died at 95. And both were drinkers and smokers. But yeah, mid 80s or higher seems to be the trend in my family. My mom's still going. She'll be 86 this year. That is a Wurttemberger C-Class. It's basically a Class 18, Chris. It actually is a Class 18, but this particular version of the Class 18 is called the Wurttemberger C-Class. Wish you hadn't changed from train driver to truck driver. Well, hello, Sir Travis from Travis Adventure. Your grand drank Captain Morgan rum and smoked the clay pipe and died at 99. Well, I am amazed that a lot of my YouTube friends from the UK who had parents going into their 90s. I know Hot Dog Pilot Andy, dad was in his 90s when he passed. Sorry to bring up sad news. A lot of people in their 90s. Joyce's grandmother went to 99. Her her mom went to 86 and her dad died at 80. But that's doing all right because Joyce's grandmother on her mom's side and great-grandmother on her mom's side both died at the age of 49. So that her mom made it to 86 was quite impressive, and that Joyce has already past 49 because that was in her head. Joyce has always been very health conscious because her grandmother and her great grandmother both died at the age of 49 on that side of the family. Hey, Sir Clive! Your dad was 92, mom died at 89. But, so I don't know, like I said, my dad died about 84. My grandfather died 85-ish. So I figure I'm pretty much set for mid-80s. Man, we're talking all the morose stuff. Somebody's sound effects just randomly turned on. I think it's that ICE4 has got some sound effects going. Did I accidentally bump them on? Nope. It's done a door opening and closing. Let's see. Nobody's moving in the back, so that's always a good sign. I'll regret it till my dying day if I live that long. You got two doer-uppers, a Helgen Class 52 Western and a Vitrains 47 for 70 quid. That's nice. Put Lima bodies on and off you go. Well, thank you for bringing that up. Yes, I actually saw that years ago, or not years ago, last year. Somebody shared a video to me because Joyce and I had gone to Stuttgart. Not last year, 2023. We were in Stuttgart and somebody shared it to us and said, oh, I have that Modellbahn Union Desiro I have. If I stop my trains or reboot my system, it keeps changing its address. So all of a sudden I will start one train and without knowing it, it will just start moving like, yeah, I'm address 73 today too. Today I'm address 41. And then I reboot the system and it goes back to its address. BR77. I don't know what a BR77 looks like. I know what the, well, I shouldn't say that. If it's the same thing as the big 77s that look like the upgraded Class 66s, then I know what a 77 looks like. But anytime, for some reason, if I see BR in front of it, I think steam. Now, of course, it should be, if you see a 0 in front of it, you think steam, but yeah, I do like that. And then apparently the beavers got to one tree. Stand up, laddie. There we go. Darn beavers, they're pesky everywhere. I actually watch a beaver dam removal YouTube channel, one of those ASMR bits. Dude is Kenneth Slovas. Matthias Kenneth Slovas. He is in Lithuania, and he removes beaver dams from farmers' irrigation canals because these are not natural waterways, and when the beavers dam them up, it either prevents crops from getting water, or it floods other crops, and it bogs up drainage ditches for roads and highways. So he has to go and remove them all. I don't know if anybody else watches them. All right, Josh, we'll be here. Hey, Sir Ian from King Fox. Hello, hello. Saw you running the video of your Shinkansen. Very cool. I had a bunch of people running Shinkansens lately. I'm jealous because I would love to get an HO and 3-rail Shinkansen. If I did, my friend Rio would be here the next hour. Anthony, I saw you have a Shinkansen. I am now here, coming over now. But I can get an HO Shinkansen. Actually, I could get one for $600 right now, a 4-car set, but it would still be a Shinkansen. And I could run it on the lower layout there. But if I got a Shinkansen, I would want it up here. But my friend Christopher from Christopher's Hobby Blogs, guy didn't know his Japanese channel name. Aha. Whoops. Sorry about that. I accidentally bumped stop for a second. Hey, come back here. Dude, you forgot your cars. I give you a little bump and you uncoupled like that. I tell you what. That's not even a gremlin. That was just user error. I didn't know how long this guy would go. I was prepared to switch him out if I decided he was not liking the long running. What's up, dude? Apparently, I had slightly derailed that one car, but it hit a bump on a point and re-railed itself. Well, they definitely have a Latin vibe to them at times. It has been through 6 moves. Yeah, sadly, I have had, that's one of the first buildings I got when I got into model trains. That was one of the first buildings. I found it at a garage sale for $10. I believe it's the Fowler version. It might be the Keebri version, but I think it's Fowler. And it was motorized, but the motor was dead. And I had been debating for years whether to try to just fix the motor, rewire the motor, because I can do that. I've done it with other toys. It was a simple motor, so I could have rewired the interior motor, the coil, recoiled it. And then I thought, nah, when I get everything built in, I'm going to move it to the Bremen side because there's a famous windmill just outside the town of Bremen. I thought I'd stick it on the layout on that side when the time came. And And so all these years I've been just sitting on it, waiting for me to actually start building the layout properly, which is much closer now. And then last year, my now ex 2 cats decided to ransack my table. They knocked over all my trains. They knocked over a ton of buildings. And they nailed that and broke it in a way that I could not fix it where it would run again. The only way I could fix it was permanently fix the blades in place. That was the only way I could fix it. There was no fixing it so that the motor would work. So now I'm probably going to buy a working one down the road. But that was the last straw with the cats. I got rid of the cats after that. We had those cats for 4 years. They never would come out of hiding. They would never bond with the humans in this house, and they were destructive. Oh my God, they were so destructive. I hate to be mean to animals or to get rid of an animal. They're not dead. We just got rid of them. Off you go to somebody else to terrorize. And Joyce still wants either another cat or a dog. And I'm like, no, I'm done with pets. If we got a dog, it's going to chew the furniture until it gets adjusted to the home. We travel too much where we're gone for long periods of time. And you just can't do that to a dog. That's why we got 2 cats, but we got bonded sisters. And therefore, they didn't want to deal with the humans. They were bonded with each other and wanted nothing to do with us humans. So there was no pet quality to them. They didn't come out and hang out with us or play with us. They just hid and waited till we all went to bed. And then they would come out and terrorize the house. And they had nailed my layout a few times, but the last time they just went crazy. I came down, all my high-speed trains were knocked over. Things were knocked off the table. All the buildings were knocked over. And I was just furious. I was so furious. And like I said, they nailed that. And it took me 3 days to get my layout back in shape in time for my live stream. Or 2 days. Oh, it is heartbreaking. Hey, Monsville. Morning from tomorrow. Now, I'm not a cat person anyhow. If I'm going to have a pet, I want a dog. I love dogs. I'm not fond of cats. But we had a cat for almost 20 years. We had Sabina the cat for my kids grew up with 2 pets. We had Storm, we got Sabina, and then a year later we got Storm the dog. We had Storm and Sabina together for 14, 15 years. Storm died. And then 2 years later, 3 years later, Sabina died. We had them together for 14 years, I think it was. Storm died at 15 and a half, almost 16, and Sabina died at 20. Both of them we had to put down on the vet's recommendation. It was a tough decision. But Storm had a cancer, and her last week of life, she could not get up. She could not move. She would lay on the carpet. She wouldn't eat the last few days. And she would just pee on herself. And if she happened to have a bowel movement, she just crapped on herself. And we'd have to pick her up and move her. I'd pick her up and put her somewhere, put her outside just to get fresh air. We took her to the vet, and the vet just said, she's in a lot of pain. And to be honest, she's not going to get better. She's only going to get worse. And I don't like suggesting this, she said, but in this case, I would euthanize the dog, and I'll do it. Unfortunately, I can't do it today. I have to set it up. So 2 days later, we brought Storm back, and we were in tears. The whole family came out, and we were just in tears. Storm was such a sweetheart of a dog. She was a mutt. We always get mutts. We don't get full breed dogs. I just, for whatever reason, we've always gotten mutts. but she was brilliant. She was a sweetheart. She was a gentle soul. And the 14 years we had with her were the best dog years I'd ever had with any of the pet dogs I had in my life. She was just awesome, smart, clever, and just fun. And if a dog could have a sense of humor, she had one. And then Sabina was the same thing. Sabina had stopped eating. Her kidneys had shut down. And the vet said, I know it was just a couple of years ago you lost Storm, but she's not in good shape. And on top of that, she had dementia. So a week later, we elected to have Sabina put down at the age of 20. And again, it was me, Joyce, and my daughter Elizabeth were there. My son wasn't living in Toledo at the time, but he came up and said goodbye and then had to go to work. So he went to work, and then we took her. And I have never cried for a cat in my life, but I cried when Sabina was put down. We all cried, but I cried too. I'm man enough to admit I cried when even my stupid cat was put down. Well, hello, Luma. Got one dog, 4 cats. They love me and the wife. Well, our cats didn't like us. They bonded with each other and refused to have anything to do with us humans. They had lived feral. They were rescue cats, as opposed to cats we raised from kitten. They were feral rescue cats, and Joyce and I are always suckers for the good movements, but they were rotten cats. They were, Joyce will admit that they were they were worthless as pets. All they did was eat, destroy things, and ignore us. Hey, Sir Steve from Worthington. How are you? Oh, a blue healer. I had never heard of blue healers until the show Bluey. No, I had a beagle named Maggie that I loved when I was a kid. It was my mom's dog, but it was my dog. Maggie was a beagle. Beagles are still my favorite breed of dog. Beagles number 1, Wire Fox Terrier number 2, and then German Shepherds number 3. I would love to have a pet beagle if I could get a pet beagle at a decent price. I know Tammy was giving them away here or selling them. Joe Rader and all that got one from Tammy. I would have gone for it, especially as a puppy. The problem is beagle puppies chew everything, and there's just too much stuff in this house to be chewed. And they need space to run. And my backyard is smaller than this basement. Yeah, I get you, Monsville. All right, good night, Sir Roger. Thank you for popping in. It was nice to see you. Yeah, fire ants are nasty. Fortunately, they're not up in this part of... And again, I mean, I have spent so much of my life wanting to get out of Toledo. I love Toledo and I hate Toledo at the same time. I have a love-hate relationship with my hometown. But Toledo, no poisonous snakes, only one poisonous spider, the brown recluse. We don't even have black widows in this area. No rattlesnakes, no poisonous snakes of any kind. No hurricanes. Tornadoes, the storms that produce tornadoes. Toledo's only been very northern tip of Toledo got hit with a tornado a few years ago, but the main part of Toledo, only one tornado in recorded history has hit the main part of Toledo. They usually go north or south of us. The storms break up. We did have the blizzard of 79 or 78, whichever one it was. But even the really big storms dump a lot more west, north, south, and east of us. But Toledo usually gets a lot less than everybody around. It's just 5-10 miles south of us, 5-10 miles north of us, get a lot more nasty weather than Toledo does. And we've had the odd earthquake a couple of times, but minor, something like mid 3s, upper 3s to maybe 4. What was the one? Joyce would remember. It was like 4.1. Steve, you put the words arty and run in the same sentence. Those two words probably haven't occurred together since Artie was a teenager. Yep, Holy Toledo. Now, of course, Holy Toledo refers to Toledo, Spain. But true story, up until the 1980s, there were more churches in Toledo per capita and more restaurants in Toledo per capita than any city in the world. Believe it or not, Toledo at one time, Toledo, Ohio, had more churches per capita and more restaurants per capita. Now, mind you, they counted McDonald's and Burger King's as restaurants. But we had more per capita back in the 60s, 70s, 80s than any city in the world. But now that our population's down, a lot of those churches are gone. But man, there's still a lot of beautiful, if you like church architecture, there's a lot of beautiful old churches, old European style churches in Toledo, a lot of Germanic style, a couple of Anglican style, but some very pretty churches, as well as Rosary Cathedral, the big standard Gothic cathedral church. Yeah, I don't have a lot of tankers, so that's probably something I will try to address in the long run. I don't know if I will look for them in Germany this year because my luggage for trains is already pretty packed. I am taking a couple of trains with me to Germany because I'm taking one thing back to Märklin because they have a walk-in fix-it, and we're gonna be living 15 minutes away from the Märklin factory, 15 minutes by train from the Märklin factory, and they have a walk-in repair shop. You just walk it in, give it to them, and they'll often, depending on what time you get there, they'll say we'll have it ready tonight. So I'm gonna take my new ICE3, where I screwed up the decoder and then tried to reprogram it and put the wrong programming in. And I'm just going to take that and say, guys, can you get this so it's working right? So I'll just take the two end cars and the power wagon, which is the restaurant car. I'm going to take that. And then I'm also thinking of taking this one Piko locomotive with our EMU, because it's a 442, where I blew the circuit board and they don't make the circuit board for it anymore. And I'm going to be about half an hour, 40 minutes away from the Piko factory and shop in Sonnenberg, Germany. So I'm just going to take a couple of trains back and see if I can get them fixed. But I'm bringing train stuff home. I already know I'm bringing 2 boxes home, thanks to Simon from SJ Train World. Pick fancy clothes. The Germans have fancy clothes. There was a time like one of my sisters had a friend, Cheryl, who went to Russia on a student exchange program back in the late 70s. And she took 5 pair of jeans. And when they got there, they counted and made note of the jeans and the size. And then she sold them, and she sold them anyhow on the black market over there because people had told her, take American jeans. And they gave her imitations to take home. You have 5 pair of American jeans. We have made note of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you may leave the country now. And the people just made their own little Levi labels and they'd stick it on generic jeans. So it was crazy. James walks a lot of his stuff to Rapido. Hey, Sir Jason from Colonel Cottonbelt, welcome in. Oh, the AMRA open day is this morning. No, the biggest thing I got to learn to do is pack light. 1 hoodie, not 2 or 3. 1 or 2 long sleeve shirts, not 3 or 4. 2 pair of jeans, not 3. Four t-shirts, not 7. I have just got to learn to pack less clothing. Everywhere we stay, we get a washer, or at least 2 of the 3 places. So we can always wash clothes. Plus, we can always wash them in the sink and hang them up to dry as well. So it's silly that I take so much, because I take enough clothes for 2 weeks without having to wash anything. I really just need 4 or 5 days. Well, I definitely don't buy good clothes, but that's the other thing. KJ, is I always buy t-shirts. I've got so many ridiculous t-shirts. I either need to stop buying them, or I need more dressers. But I always buy souvenir t-shirts, especially from places I especially love. And so I need to, knowing that I'm going to buy t-shirts while I'm over there, I need to not pack any shirts. I did go through. Now, here's the thing. For many years when I was traveling to Germany, I weighed a lot more than I weighed now. I could weigh 260 to 280 pounds going to Germany. Right now I weigh about 242. I got all the way down to 228, but the last year and a half, I've gained about 15 pounds, and I need to get my butt in gear and lose it all again. I vowed to never get over 250 again, and I've been in the 240s, and no. Hello, Sir Charlie from Partick Hill. Yeah, most hotels I know do have a laundry service. You got to pay, but they'll do it. But when Joyce and I travel, when we book a place, we make sure it has a washer. We don't book a place unless it has a washer. The only thing is that Joyce and I, we don't wait till the end of the week to wash clothes, because most Germans have washers, but not dryers, because they air dry everything or they hang them in a room. So we'll usually wash a day or 2 into our stay there, so the clothes that we wash have time to dry. So we have enough clothes for a week, and then we can start washing things again. And peel yourself when you get there. Oh, there's a lot of ways. Again, Hot Dog Pilot, if you were ever to need somebody to pack your stuff for you, Joyce will tell you, talk to me. Me and my one daughter that lives with us, Elizabeth, the 2 of us, we can give you maximum space availability. The stuff Joyce and I brought home from Germany last year, not to mention all the gifts we brought home from Getz, where Joyce and I only packed 1 suitcase because we're only here for 4 days. We brought a lot home, because you got to remember, I also buy my collector beer glasses from all the cities I visit. So last year I came home with a ton of model train stuff. I came home with three or four locos from Germany. There's the 4 Danish cars Simon gave me. I bought the 4 cars to go with that class 03 I bought. And or class 01. And then I bought some hoppers and a couple of, plus I had 7 different beer glasses, Weiss beer glasses as they're called. So I brought home a ton of stuff. Joyce and I know how to get things packed. Hey, Sir Lee, hello. Oh, yeah. Wrap them up in T-shirts. Put your socks inside the glass. Wrap the glass in a T-shirt. It will make it home just fine. And of course, Joyce and I take 1 or 2 pair of shoes at most. Like we'll take tennis shoes and then hiking shoes. We'll take just regular sneakers or tennis shoes and then a pair of hiking shoes. But the problem is when you're traveling to Germany in June, you have to pack for 3 seasons. It can be 6, 7 Celsius one day, and then 2 days later it's 25 Celsius, and then it's 15 Celsius. So depending on where you're at and where you're going, like last year was crazy. We had a big heat wave where it was 33, 34 Celsius plus. And by the way, I was giving temps in Celsius. I'm sorry. I'm talking about European stuff, so I go to Celsius. I go to metric stuff. But yeah, we'll have days where it's 42 Fahrenheit, and then it's 75 to 85 Fahrenheit. And then it's 65 Fahrenheit. But yeah, we had everything. Denmark, it was cool and breezy. And then by the time we got to Rostock, it was in the 80s Fahrenheit. Hello, Sir Fixlot. But we're also scaling down the tech. Like I have all the stuff you need to convert. So I have just like one power strip when I'm in Germany. I plug it in. It's got USB and electrical outlets. So I only need that one thing instead of a power cord. And then it's just a bunch of power cords because we'll just plug everything into that one item. So you don't need you don't need a voltage adapter for this and a voltage adapter for that and a voltage, because your computer is already set for 110 to 240. Your cell phone is set for 110 to 240. Your camera chargers are set for 110 to 240. Hey, Sir Andy D of Puff Candy fame. Welcome in. Great to have you here. Hello, Sir Paul. And there you go. We just took a tour around the layout with the ICE4. How are the guys on the floor doing? Doing just fine. That Class 103 Lufthansa Express. I really want a Lufthansa Express with a 103 because the 103 is so iconic. And those are harder to find and they're more expensive if you can find them available on the aftermarket. The 111s are cheaper. You can find them analog or digital. I don't care because they have the Alstrom motor in them and I can convert it to digital. Hello, Sir Brad from Willow Creek. Wonderful to have you here. Most of them. We do have some Danish and Dutch mixed in. We do have a couple, as well as, of course, even when we say German, are we talking the Frankish Fackhäuser? Or are we talking just the standard 19th and 20th century modern block housing of Germany and of a lot of Europe? Because I will be building, I'm getting ready to build. In fact, today comes the very last piece I need for this one building I'm kit bashing. Can't say custom building. Well, I am kind of custom building, but I'm combining the parts of 3 models into one to make this one building. And it's stupid. I had to pay $30 to buy this one model kit just to get this one piece out of it. And people say, why don't you 3D print? Because my 3D printer is dead. I have had no luck with 3D printers. This is my second one, and both of them have been major POSs. They work great for a few prints, and then all of a sudden they just start messing up, and I do due diligence. Re-level all the time, clean all the time, blah, 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 maintenance. There's Sir Simon from the UK as opposed to Sir Simon from Denmark. But yeah, I'm gonna look to give away this little Fleischmann analog 040. Hey, Sir Greg, welcome. Hello to you and Dame Heather. But we seem to have nipped the gremlins in the bud after just about 10 minutes of silliness, but we got it sorted. Really hard to say it was gremlins. It was probably me when I shoved that one set of cars together, pushing them forward. I probably just jammed up the coupler on them, and they were too tight and buffer locking on the turnouts. But this side will be the city of Delmenhorst, Germany, a section of the city of Delmenhorst. And this side will be a hybrid between Hanover and Bremen. Well, that's just it, Simon. They don't mess with me most weeks, but we've had streaks where the last couple of weeks I've had gremlins again, but I went the previous 6-7 weeks with no real gremlins. And then before that, I had a string of about 5-6 weeks in a row where there were just gremlins every week. And before that, it was years where I didn't have gremlins. I mean, anybody who's been on this live stream long enough, you know, one of the things people used to always say is, how smoothly everything ran. And then a few months ago, all of a sudden, I just had week after week where crazy gremlins were acting up in my trains. Usually, if I had problems, it was internet problems because our previous internet provider had crappy service. And we would lose internet, or we would get low quality video because everything was getting compressed. Josh is back. I'll be back. So today, I don't even think it was gremlins. I think I caused the problem and did not check it thoroughly. Like I said, when I was setting things up yesterday for production today, I pushed the trains into that little alternating gap, and I do it to take the picture that I post as the thumbnail, and but then I'll run them again, and then I will stop them, and then before I go to bed, I'll just start pushing things. And sometimes when I push those trains, two of the cars' buffers will go up. These European universal couplers might bump up when you push with the car instead of use the loco, and they'll lock on the buffers, especially these close couplers. US gremlins worse than your UK ones. I have several jokes to make with that, Peter, but it goes against my own rules for my YouTube. Now on the left edge of screen 9. What's that? All right, Steve. Good night. Take care. All right, Monsville. Good day to you and take care. Yeah. I don't show it a lot because it's such a tight corner, but I think you're talking about that one right there. Hey, Sir Kieran, welcome in, my good friend. Hope you're well. And there you go, the ICE4 running through. I actually like this view a lot because I think it's one of the few views on my table that gives a more, dare I say, realistic view. You know, trains pulling out of the station, pulling into the station in the background, the residential area in the background. Yes, it doesn't have the static grass in yet. Lord knows when I'll get around to doing that. I'm hoping sometime within the next 12 months. Simon, not during a live stream. But yes, when I am shunting trains to set up a live stream, I will watch camera 8 and switch because I listen for the sound. But during the live stream, all those lines are filled, so it would be very dangerous to switch trades. And yes, I've had people suggest I should run fewer trains and then let the trains change lanes during the live stream, but that's not how I roll, dog. Yeah, there's a work crew digging. You can't quite see it. If you look, there's a crane wagon. There's a little box car or whatever you want to call it. And and there's a little crane in front of it. They are working on the buffer stop and the tracks there. There's actually a little story scene going on. I don't think that makes it any easier to see it. I can't go any further. Well, I can kind of push things further. But yeah, there's a little story there. There's a little backhoe and there's a lot of workers around working on some things. Well, that's the thing, Simon. I have a couple of issues, one of them being ADD and autism. And when I built this layout, it's what turned off a lot of my old German followers, is because it is not prototypical. There would never be that many main lines running. And it's like, I know, but it's what makes me happy. I need lots of trains running. Here it is. Hi there. There's a little building there, which might have been the old station master's house at one time. I don't know. Hey, Sir John of the Big Friendly Giant Railroad. Welcome in. Yep, that is. We all say rule one, your layout, but there's people who hear rule one, but it doesn't mean they agree with it. I saw a channel that once said a rule one is for weak-minded people who don't want to put the work in to make a proper layout. And I unsubscribed from that channel immediately. Like, wow, what a douchebag. We all say rule one, but I know people who say rule one, but they are some of the most uptight rivet counters when they're not on your channel, when they're not being nice and visiting your channel. And some people want full realism. It's like a couple of my UK heroes. Everard Junction. Everard Junction is about as rivet counter as you can get, where even the garbage in the rundown areas of his old layout had to be precise. It had to look real. But not once did he ever say, this is how you should do it. This is how it's got to be. I don't like it if people don't. He never said that. It was like, I do this for me. But he was just as cool with people doing whatever they did. But for his layout, he was a rivet counter, but he was never a rivet counter about anybody else's layout. And that's why I love. That's just one of the many reasons, because I love the work he did. I love guys that have rivet counter layouts. I love them. I'm not in that mindset to have to do it. Model trains to me is a hobby. I come here to get away from work and stress, and if that means it takes me years to build a layout, that's fine, because I didn't get into model trains to build a layout. I got into model trains to run a lot of trains, and there's nothing better for me at times than to come down here and just turn a bunch of trains on and sit in this chair, watch a YouTube video, and just listen to the trains, and occasionally look at them and go, "Oh, look at that ICE4. That's awesome. Oh, look at that railjet. Oh, that looks cool. God, that's a cool model." And whatever model I'm having at the time. And I do love having the models, but I also love running them. I'm ecstatic about that. Yeah, he is a very shy guy and doesn't like being in the limelight. To be honest, hey, Sir Rick from Rick Trade. To be honest, Joyce, again, I always have to say this because nobody believes it. If you take me out in public, I'm very quiet and tend to stay in the background. Now, when we went to Getz, there was a whole bunch of people that wanted to see me and people I was desperate to see. So I couldn't risk hiding. But I'm very socially awkward. But at least I knew so many people when I went to Getz. Otherwise, if I had just shown up at Getz, you guys, and I didn't know any of you as well as I do, or wanted to meet as many of you, you wouldn't even have known I was at Getz. I would have had, I would have put pictures and like, "Anthony, you were at Getz?" "Yeah." "I didn't see you there." "Yeah, I kind of hid." No, Andy, there's no point in me trying to hide behind you. But it's like when Joyce and I, we went to Getz, but before we actually went to the show at Getz, we went to the Warley show at Staffold Barn. I think I said that right. I'm never sure if I say it correctly. You know, seeing Andy from March West Junction again after having seen him in 2022 at the York Museum, that was very relaxing because it was somebody I knew. And then Mark from Donegal Dad came up. But I've told this story on here so many times, and I apologize that it just gets retold. But, you know, when we arrived at Getz for the Saturday show, we were running late because of traffic. And we got in just as the group on the second floor were finishing the photo section. And we came around the corner up there because somebody saw us and said, "Oh, get upstairs quick." Okay. And we came around the corner, and Alan Wiles was he was on the end, so he was already kind of out into the main part of the room. And he saw us come around the corner, and he yelled, "Anthony and Joyce are here." And about 1/3 of the people went, "Really? Where?" And the other 2/3 were like, "Who?" or "Who the fuck cares?" And so when somebody said, "Oh, we got to retake the picture, so Anthony and Joyce are in it," there was a lot of grumbling. And so Joyce and I very quickly realized, had we not known some people, we might have just slunk into a bathroom and snuck out the window and left quietly. Yeah, so yeah, if I'm with people I think I know, I will talk, but I also do my best to make sure I don't nonstop talk, because I want to hear your stories. I tell all my stories on my live streams. I want to hear your stories. But it was a whirlwind. And I would do it again tomorrow if the opportunity arose. Hey, Sir Ray Central, welcome in. Yeah, and Sir Raymond Legs. And who said? You're a very amateur modeler. Well, there are very few people that do it professionally. Even Charlie Bishop, Everard Junction, are amateur modelers because they don't do it professionally. But it's not a competition. The worst thing you can do in this hobby is get competitive. And there are some very competitive. The egos fly out. If you've gone to the shows and you've met some of the big names, you might say, oh, they're a nice guy or whatever, but you might also see, or nice woman, but you might also walk away going, wow, what an ego. That they are competitive with other channels. They are competitive. They if you go, the one time I went to Getz in Warley, you kind of saw that there were certain channels that they didn't hang around with all those guys. They only hung around with people that had the same number of subscribers or were as well respected as they were in the model train world. You definitely saw cliques. And there were some of us that, and there are some people that can go from click to click to click. Enough people know them. But yeah, it's a crazy bit. Hey, Sepper. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, as I talk about being competitive, there's competitive, both overtly competitive, like, oh, I got to do better than they did. But there's also the secondary competitive, or the self-deprecating competitive, like, I'm not as good as that person. I'm very self-deprecating in the model train world. If you get me talking on certain topics, I'll come across as an arrogant know-it-all jerk. In the model train world, I can't even try to come across that way because all of you know more than I do. I am just very much a take train out of box, put it on track, it better run. If it doesn't run, it's going back. Because at my age and hand conditions and that now, I don't want to be bothered trying to fix it. Now, I've been converting a lot of this stock to digital, and I'm doing about as easy a digital conversion as you can do. The Märklin Alstra motor and that special decoder, that's as easy to go from analog to digital as there is. But I'm very pleased with how many trains I now have that can run on my layout, because I just sat down and with a soldering iron here and a wire here and trying to go almost. Got it. Yes. It took 10 minutes, but I got that wire in. Yes. And then to put it on the programming track and pop it in and watch it pop up on the screen, reading decoder, all CV codes read, installed. Ooh, look what I did. And Joyce will tell you, there's a couple of times where I fix something and I go running upstairs like a 5-year-old. Joyce, I fixed it. I can't believe it. I got this stupid thing to work. Oh my God, Joyce, I fixed it. She's just like, that's nice, honey. Good job. I'm proud of you. And I'm like, thank you. Take care, Charlie. Yeah, and that really gets me. I can't stand people that leave any kind of negative comment or overly helpful comment. And I chased off a couple of people a few weeks ago when I talked about not leaving helpful comments unless somebody asked for a helpful comment. Hey, did you ever think of doing this? Or have you ever tried? It's one thing to ask, like somebody asked me, hey, Anthony, have you ever run the trains through those crosses? Not on the live stream, no. That's not being suggestive or helpful. Now, somebody might say, hey, Anthony, could you do that on the live stream? And I'll probably go, no. You're free to ask, but no, because I'm going to run 6 trains, so I don't have room to run one onto another lane. And but the competitive can be in that I'm not as good as everybody else, or somebody's only got 7 or 8 locomotives and they see somebody else with a channel who's got 30, and you have that. Oh, it must be nice to be able to buy all those locos. Well, for that person, it is nice that they can do that, but I don't hate them. I've got a guy that I've known on Facebook for years that I met through the German. He lives in Ireland. His name's Ian Houston. A few Märklin people, if they came onto my channel, might know the name Ian Houston. He lives in Ireland. He's Is he an American that lives in Ireland? He collects American hot rod cars. And he built this gigantic garage to house his collection of cars. But the upper floor is a gigantic layout with a gigantic model train collection. He's got hundreds of locos and hundreds of rolling stock, pieces of rolling stock. Okay, I might have a split second where I go, wow, must be nice to be able to do all that. But I like seeing his collection. I'm not jealous. I'm not like, oh man, I wish I had that and that and that. I mean, I do at times go, oh, he's got that, like the TEE. He has this gorgeous TEE. In fact, he bought the gold-plated TEE a few years ago. And I was like, oh man, that is so cool. He's got that. Or I might even think, wow, why would you buy money on a gold-plated model train? And then I'm like, it's his money. He can do what he wants. But I don't have that jealousy bone. I don't have that jealousy bone where, oh, it must be nice that they can do that. I know I'm lucky. I'm lucky to have this basement, and I am able to have quite a decent collection of trains. There are people who have more. There are a lot more people who have a lot less. But I can't control who has what. I can't. I realize I have a lot of luck. Am I supposed to not have a lot of, am I supposed to not do things because I've had too much luck? I don't know. Had a lot of bad luck early in life. Now the flip side's happening. It's blue, it's black. Okay, let's call the bruise. Oh, Raymond, I get that. One of the funniest things is back when I was doing the Märklin thing, I would get the electrical engineers arguing with the other electrical engineers about whether Märklin is truly three-rail or is truly AC or not. And they would argue back and forth. Well, technically it's DC because of this. No, it's AC because of this. It's a mixed system. Märklin calls it AC, alternating current. So I call it AC. Don't argue with me. My dad was an electrician. He would say the way it's set up, 3-rail is AC. But you can have 3-rail DC. Just don't assume all 3-rail is automatically AC. But yeah, people find the stupidest things to argue about in any hobby. The only model railroad you're jealous. I'm not even jealous of him. It's great. He can have that. And he builds a lot of stuff, but he also has professional builders make a lot of stuff for him. If I were rich, would I pay somebody to make stuff for me? Maybe a couple of buildings, specific buildings I need that I can't bash, but I like to do things myself. I like to figure things out myself, and I like to do things myself. I can work in a team, but I also like on my stuff to work by myself at my pace. And I'm not in a competition. I don't have to look like anybody else's layout. I don't have to have prototype this. Sometimes I want prototypes. I want a prototype train on this. I want a prototype this or that. I want the right cars that go with this locomotive. If it's Märklin with an overhead connector, it's not rail technically. Well, now we'll get into argument because the car is still moving by rail. It's still rolling on rails. It may be getting powered by the line, but the line goes through the machine and gets grounded on the rails. Do I have coal wagons? I do now. I got 5 of them that I picked up a couple of weeks ago. Oh, which drawer are they in? The hopper drawer. Coal hoppers. I got 5 just like this now. So yes, I finally got some coal hoppers. And I have 1 coal wagon where it's an old wooden wagon with coal in it. I ran that last week. But I got 5 of these. I picked these up a few weeks ago. They've run in about the 5 or 6 weeks since I got these. They have run at least 3 times. And Cayenne loves them. So anytime I do a Cayenne running video, these will be in it too. Because Cayenne loves these. It is so funny. That boy loves freight trains. Passenger trains are boring. And it's probably because he picks up I run passenger trains. So he wants to run something different. He wants to run his stuff. So he runs my passenger. I love them all. Group layouts, individual layouts, friends running it on the floor or on a kitchen table, because I've been there. When I first got into the hobby, I ran it on a kitchen table, and then Joyce said, build yourself a table. So I built a 4x8 table down here, and I extended my loop a little bit, and I slowly built up 2 lines and had 2 loops running. And then it was, maybe I'll make the table a little longer. So it became a 12-foot table, 4 foot by 12 foot. And I just kept adding to it. And finally, Joyce said, why don't you just take the basement? I said, what about Liz? You can put her in the workroom. I was like, Liz, you're moving to the workroom. What? I'm taking this over. And I designed my layout. And this is design number, well, if you don't count the long rectangle of a table I had, this is design number 3 of this layout. Hello, Sir Alan Reynolds. How nice of you to visit. You've put up some cool videos this week. Different topics. New stock. New building. New construction. You wish your wife would just take the basement. Well, Rick, you got a cool layout. You need to get back to filming it. But yeah, I mean, I will admit, I am happier with my layout since I added all the static, well, not static grass, the scatter grass. It gave it definitely a more feel and added a couple of hills. And yeah, I eventually will do more. I'm just never in a rush. I'll do it when, I don't lose my mojo. But I wait for there to be a really enthusiastic push. Like, oh, I'm ready to do this. And it comes out of the blue. I wasn't planning on doing all this grass last year. I was just going to put in those double slips. But once I put in the double slips, I said, oh, yeah, the track lanes are now all the way I wanted them. I can put some ballast in here. All right, so let's fix the platforms for Bremen, because I know I have to make new platforms for Bremen. Oh, look, I've got all the platforms done. Well, since the track work is now all done, why don't I go ahead and ballast it? Okay, I'll ballast all of Bremen now. Oh, look, now that that's ballast, I could put a little grass here and give it a little more feel. Okay, let's put some scatter grass in there. And that's like, I got lots of scatter grass. Let's see how far I can go with it. And then it just became, all right, we're going to scatter grass the whole damn layout now. And I ran with it. I worked on it every day except for live stream days or when I was sick, because I was sick a bit last spring. And it was just boom, 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 did it. And then all of a sudden, and I had planned on working on the Fowler car. And then the summer, I was going to work on the Fowler car. And Artie said, don't work on the Fowler car until I get there in December. I was like, oh, all right. I'm not going to miss it. Yeah, I see. That's just it. I can't say, as much as I love Märklin, I won't say Märklin makes the best, or, you know, Märklin's got some great stuff. Roco's got some great stuff. Piko makes great stuff. Rava. There are things from Hornby that look awesome. There are things from Hornby that are pieces of crap. I might say that's the biggest difference between German model trains, European model trains, and UK and American, is that UK and American, their lower price point stuff can be crap. Märklin lower price point stuff still looks pretty good. Roco lower price point stuff looks good. Piko lower price point can look good. Some of it can not look as good. Pico's kind of hit and miss with me. And then Brava doesn't really do lower price point. But it's just, you gotta enjoy what you can enjoy. You're not going to be happy moaning about what other people do or can do. And you can't feel bad about what you do. You just got to be, the most difficult thing in this world, especially these days, respectful. If you don't like something, it's okay to not like it. But you don't have to crap all over them and piss all over them because of who they are or what they are. And I unfortunately have experienced that both toward me, but also I have sat and watched it as a third party. I have sat with people and listened to them really badmouth other channels where I'm like, no. Now, I have off camera talked about personal issues I had with one or two channels where it was a personal fight between me and that other channel or two. I have some channels where I am not necessarily a fan of that channel, but in the end, nobody steals a sub from me. Nobody steals a view from me. And they're not hurting me doing what they do. Well, hello, Dane Mora. Nice to have you here. Well, like I said, when I've had negative opinions about companies, and I always mention the Mahano bit. I've had negative opinions about Mahano because all the German guys brainwashed me in that Mahano sucks, Mahano sucks, Mahano sucks. All these big Märklin German guys when I first got into the hobby and was following all the Märklin German channels. And then the first Mahano I get is this gorgeous blue tiger that runs like a dream. Thank you, Dirk. It's an amazing. I would risk another Mahano because this Mahano is a wonderful piece. But that's another thing I'll be looking for in Europe. Can I find a inexpensive TGV? I can get a cheap Lima TGV in DC for down here, but I'm not going to get a TGV for down here. If I'm going to get a TGV, it's on this track. And I should change cameras. I've been ranting for a while and haven't changed views. Nope, that's just the sound you're making. Okay. Sound like one of the wheels was derailed, but nope, it's just the way they roll. Speaking of which, where is Joyce? Now, I will say, I have bought a couple of ESU things. I've got an ESU class 221, and I've got an ESU set of coaches that are here on my table right now. The N-Wagen. And I will say, neither one of them are great. For ESU, the name they have and how many people love them, I won't buy ESU rolling stock again because I felt they're very fragile and weak. And I won't buy another ESU loco because for the price I paid, it's not a quality runner. It's weak. It's a weak runner. Hey, Sir Greg. Well, it probably would, Greg, since Scott does, is he up to 9 cameras where he does 9 full? I will say that's probably the least favorable reception I have gotten in some live streams or when I'm in a live stream and somebody mentions me. Like, I've seen a live stream where somebody mentioned something I did, like, yeah, Anthony Dodge, Mile Train Outsider was doing this, and somebody types in who, and they go, Anthony Dodge, Mile Train Outsider, runs all the German trains. And they go, oh, the camera guy. Now, I have a two-way attitude towards this. I do have a dream that someday I will go to a live stream or go to a train show just by myself or obviously with Joyce, and somebody would walk up to me and say, hey, aren't you Anthony Dodge Mile Train Outsider? I do crave that recognition, you know, and not by somebody I know, you know, because Peter Jackson did that to me at Warley, where he walked up and just stood at me grinning because he did exactly what I said. Someday I want to just have somebody staring at me like, I know you, but I know Peter. I mean, I didn't know what he looked like, but I know he knows me and I know him via YouTube comments and videos, you know. It was lovely, but I wanted to be that random stranger whom I don't know, but recognizes me because my ego would love to be recognized just once. But on the flip side, I don't want to be recognized in the larger community, especially if all I'm going to be known for is, oh, the guy with all the cameras. Mara, how are both my daughters doing? Both my daughters are doing well. My daughter Liz has had her leave from work extended for another 4 weeks. She is going through therapy to work on adjusting to and seeing what they can do with the body before they decide to proceed with more surgery. They're waiting to see how much of the stretched out snaps back into place and certain things to help her adjust to this new feeling in her body. But she's fine. She's mostly been in good spirits lately. And then my older daughter, Lynn, the one who is now pregnant, she's been a little nervous about the pregnancy just because she's had some health changes and she's worried that they will affect the baby. And she's just, she's been wanting to have a baby for a little while. And now that she is pregnant, there's excitement and there's nerves. And she's 4 months in and the main, morning sickness hasn't kicked in. Now I can say Joyce had different levels of morning sickness. Like with our first child, our oldest, she had a lot of morning sickness. By the time AJ came around, she had a little bit of it. And even with Elizabeth, she did not have it a lot. But thank you for asking. But yeah, she's both my daughters are doing well. Every time that comes through. But so to finish that thought, because in the end, what can I be known for? If I don't have the world's most impressive layout, especially in the American audience where I'm running European trains, which are less of a draw, what are people gonna, I'm just a guy that's on every Friday and I have a lot of cameras. So I guess the camera guy, I just felt like that was that when I see people saying that, it's almost dismissive. Like that's the only thing they can say about me. The camera guy. Oh, that camera guy, the guy with all the cameras. And as I said a couple of weeks ago, and again, I wasn't looking for pity or sympathy or people to, I tell these things. I tell what happens. And I just happened to be in a live stream and somebody referred to me as, I forget exactly what it was now, but it was like all those cameras and nothing to show. So I'm still a little scratchy when somebody refers to me as the camera guy. But, I had 6 cameras before I ever thought to do a live stream because, as I've told the story so many times, I was watching Jason at Barnabas Junction. He had 3 cameras, and he was the first channel I saw with multiple cameras. This is going back pre-COVID. And I had seen hundreds of channels, German, UK, not really American, but his was the first channel where somebody had multiple cameras of their layout. Now, I had seen Google chats and things like that where somebody's got themselves and then a camera on their layout, but I had never seen like, oh, stick a camera here and look at this cool shot of the trains coming through the underground station here. Oh, here's a camera up here where you can see this. And here's this long view camera. And I thought, that's cool. You can put the camera in places and get views you can't normally see. So I got 3 cameras and then I decided, oh, let's try a 4th and then a 5th. Then I got a better computer. Okay, let's try a 6th. Okay, let's try a 7th, an 8th. Then I finally decided, let's go big computer. And I got the supercomputer, like, okay, how many cameras can I stick on it? Well, about 16 cameras plus any number of tablets, smartphones, and Wi-Fi stuff like GoPros and what have you. So yeah, I got a crap load of cameras. Indeed, Andy B. When will I be famous? it's just that it's that odd thing because, and I've had that attitude for years simply because I never felt anybody was really watching my channel. Like, people watch my videos, but few people commented back in the day. And, you know, I used to get more views on my videos when I had 500 subs than I do now, because I was doing more serious things about Märklin and their products and building my layout and such. I got into the UK groups, that YouTube Model Railway Community Group and the Model Rail Network, whatever that group was. And then those two groups had a real nasty falling out with each other, and then they both kind of disappeared. And I didn't want to be in the middle of the feuding. Oh, Greg, I 90% of people are good people. Okay, somebody is derailed now. Aha! That's you, dude. All right, you. Whoops, I accidentally hit stop. I didn't want to hit stop. You are derailed. Oh, I was trying to figure out what that sound was. Should I give you a rest? This is the first time you've run 3 hours, probably in a year. Yeah, he just, I don't know what caused him to derail, but he just was slightly derailed. There's that, KJ. Norwegian group. Yeah. My live stream is buffering. I have not looked at the... did other people see buffering? I was not seeing it on any of my... The thing is, a majority of people who watch this live stream watch it on smartphones. And if you put, like I've got here, 15 cameras, well, actually this one, I think it's 12 cameras. That's a lot of information on a small screen. That's hard to watch. I get that. So I used to put this one on and just leave it there. Now, if you watch this on a big TV or even a good sized computer monitor, it's really cool. Nobody there? Everybody, we're going to have a three-way here in a minute. Ooh, a three-way. Okay. I think you've had enough for whatever reason. Oh, blocking your view, everybody. All right. Everybody back on. Yeah, this guy derailed again. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to give him the rest of the day off and finish up with the other railjet. Railjet? Alex. Alex, you better be drinking your water. Okay, come back here. We're going to do a little bit of... I said that Roco guy, Alex, he does not seem to like doing the 3-hour hauls. Now, if you put him on the short ring, he's fine, but that's one of the reasons I don't put these guys on the long side. very often. Some trains just are not the best at the long hauls. All right, so now let's just change control. And you are 066 hours, right? Yep. Bam. Ready to go. Go get him, fella. So there, we've had to do a loco change. So now the Piko loco comes in. Hey, Sir John of Mystic. No worries, no worries. Yeah, I've got a neighbor in my neighborhood, Raymond, that's been zooming his motorcycle. Somebody got their motorcycle out because he's been racing up and down our street on it this afternoon. But yeah, there's a hark! I hear footsteps. Dun 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 dun.
Anything is that on it?
I don't know. With you, it can be. All right, let's get your camera on you. Let's get the mic over to you. Yeah. Oh, is that frozen? Oh, it's not playing either. It was on pause. Okay, one mic for you.
Okay. All right, I'm so with hi,
They
everybody.
don't even give me a chance to get you on camera. It's hi,
I
hi,
know.
hi.
So, hi, Andy. I'm waving at you. Hello, Simon. Hi, Tom. Good evening, Mike. Hi, other Tom. Hi, Lee.
Tom 1, Tom 2, Tom 3. I mean, that's why they remembered all the
Valley, Chris,
Johns.
right? Hi, Great Northern. Hi,
Live
Karen.
unboxing.
Hi, Ruin Nobu. Hello, Chuck Schreiber.
This is that $2,000 gold-plated Union
Hi there,
Pacific.
Mystic. Hi, Sir Fix-a-Lots.
Joyce,
Yes, sir.
this is that $2,000 gold-plated Union Pacific big boy.
Ah, okay. How nice. So, hello, Supper.
There is no way you would say that if it actually was that.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Hello,
Nice.
Andy B.
Well, if that's the case, I'll go buy it.
Hello, Raymond. Hello, Mara King. Hi there, March West. I missed anybody? I'm sorry. I'll try not to.
So I bought this
It's a building.
for that little piece right there.
Yeah, you
I
needed
need
the
that to
piece.
go on the building I'm making over there, and then it'll be almost perfect.
Yep, I got
I
you.
can make it realistic. I can make it sell the idea,
Well, you can do the merchant row there too.
and then I can use the other buildings to make other
Yeah,
buildings.
that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Well,
I
this
just
isn't
needed
sure
that
if you wanted
cornice.
it.
I needed that cornice piece.
Yeah.
That little round area.
Hi, John. Glad you're here. I'm here, John, in school. I have had meetings all week.
Yes.
I had to catch up on a few things.
I totally expected it.
Yeah, I had a lot of catching up I had to do. And I had a meeting this morning, so it was just a lot of everything. Hey, John, I like when you're with me at school. All right, I'm stuck in a commercial. Okay. So, hi, Josh Cannon. And hello there, Go Army Sleep in the Mud.
There we go.
There's the chat. There's the chat. Okay.
There's the chat. You found the chat.
Well, it's not coming up.
And Victor Von
Not
Fleet
come up.
said hello to you.
Hi, Victor Von Fleet. I don't have the chat on this. There it is. I just had to click it again. Okay, I got it. So I should turn it down. I had you up in my room.
The question is, why do you need the chat there when the chat's there?
Oh, I don't know. I just put it on.
Okay.
It's okay. It's not a big deal. Oh, you're having thunderstorms. Okay, I get it. There's been a lot of weather this week.
That's that sound.
A lot of weather this week. What's happening? One of your lower ones?
Yeah, somebody's derailed.
Okay, gotcha.
I thought it was up here.
No, it's down there. Okay. I understand. We had a lot of rain.
Okay.
But Ryan's been busy. Okay, it's good. Yeah. I had to catch up with a few things. But I had a few charts I had to catch up with and everything else. And I catch up on my cards and everything else. So.
All right.
All right. So he's trying to fix that down there. So. Anyway, oh yeah. It was a busy week. I think it went by kind of fast, so that was nice. We have 6 more weeks of school now. Next week we're testing again, state testing, which is boring. And then
Did you just derail again? Yes.
Rain on Wednesday that drenched people in
All right,
seconds.
that's it. He's coming off.
Yeah. Stafford Station watching it pelting down while waiting for the train to get home from work. Yeah, I understand. Well, here, I mean, we had some very severe weather. Minnesota got hit the hardest.
Oh, you have annoyed people.
I think we have a Minnesota in here, and yeah, the Minnesota was really rough. Yeah, really long
Oh,
way.
yeah, I didn't even think of that. I meant to ask him.
Yeah.
I meant to ask Greg how they survived all those storms and tornadoes.
Survived the tornadoes and the hail that went through there? Because, wow, they were
you guys got blitzed.
They were developing very fast. And it was crazy watching it. Okay, southeast of you. Okay, gotcha. So you were okay a little north of it. Gotcha. It came down like a monsoon with thunder too. Yeah.
Oh, Ryan. Yeah. He was asking about Ryan Hall. That's your thing. I don't pay attention to the weather. I look out my window and I look at my app and see what it's supposed to say. Like today was only supposed to be 71. I mowed the lawn, it was 75.
Yeah.
And I was in a hoodie. Actually, the first thing said it was 59. I was like, okay, I'll wear a hoodie.
Yeah.
And then it was 75 when I came back in. It's
it was not 69 at that point.
It was. It went up.
Say hi to Russ.
Oh, hello, Sir Russ.
What's up when somebody comes in? So, yeah, just a ton of meetings this week and what?
Shirt looks good on you.
Thank you.
No.
Yeah.
This shirt looks good on me.
Yeah, it does look good on you.
But you're like, thank you.
I thought you said it when you were talking to me. It was, your shirt looks good on you. Yes, it does. Now, this is our school, the Beverly Bobcats.
The Beverly Bobcats.
Yeah, and we're gaining another small school next
and
year.
enjoy this little bit. This is the only peace and quiet you're going to have all weekend.
Oh, yeah, I watch Ryan Hall a lot.
Joyce is the weather geek in the family.
I was watching Ryan. I follow a Toledo storm chaser who was out and all that stuff.
Yeah, there's a guy from Toledo who's out there.
Yeah, Brandon, you better move! It's a storm is tornadoes dropping in front of him. Brandon, back up! I know he can't hear me, but it's like a game. So like, he's making me anxious because he's so stinking close to that storm. I'm talking about Reed Trimmer, how close he was.
Reed Trimmer was the one that had the tornado right in front of his car.
Right, and he just sort of stayed there. I think he's throwing.
I think that's a funnel cloud. Uh-oh.
Yep, right here, bam, down, but obviously it didn't hurt him. Yeah, I watched Ryan Hall, and I know the weather's
Ryan Hall,
crazy.
y'all, yep.
That was just crazy what's hitting Minnesota. Wow, you guys are getting hammered.
Wisconsin got hit too.
Yeah, Wisconsin got hit.
And Eric's not here to ask him.
Yeah. And then There were tornadoes in Illinois. There were tornadoes in Indiana. There were tornadoes in Ohio, but past us. And with Anthony saying we get protected by our lake, which is good.
Well, Victor, it is a pride point in me that I try to pronounce words correctly,
Yeah.
and that, like,
Oh, for sure.
for all the years I taught to get names correctly, and kids would go close enough, and I go, no, it's your name. I need to say it right.
Exactly right. Andy Hill. Yeah, I've seen Andy Hill too. And yeah, he always has Andy Hill there. You watch him, Andy? They're all American.
Well,
yeah.
the UK is so small, the weather goes over them so fast that they don't
Brandon
get to watch it
Kopic
develop
is
like
a
America.
Toledo guy. I've been following him first on Facebook, and then he went to YouTube and got big, which was fine. And he's on Ryan Hall too. Why they showed a screen, I thought, screw that, I'll go on my tablet and watch him real time. Hey,
Yep.
Brandon, you need to move. But yeah, I like watching that stuff.
But yeah, today was just sort of a modern era,
Okay, yeah.
but more regional stuff. But I hadn't run an ICE4 in a while, so I decided to run the short ICE4.
Okay, that's cool.
I could have run the big guy, but I ran the little guy.
Yeah.
And then I've
Okay.
got
Well,
a
that's
couple of the
fine.
old Regio.
Right.
Don't see those as often anymore. Now the ones, the Munich
You
Nuremberg
got the
Express, which is
Railpool out with the containers. Okay.
you have the N-Wagen and the Eurofirma cars.
All right, we got a steam train over there.
And then I got the steamer going. Yeah,
You got the steamer going. This looks good.
that's that Wurttemberg.
It's the Wurttemberg. Okay.
The last coach lights up, so I'm gonna have to put lights and all the
Oh,
others.
gotcha, Andy. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, and yeah, there's a lot of people in here that were hit pretty hard with it. But it was sunny today and mild, which was nice. The humidity's lower, but coming home, oh, overdressed. So, okay, that's cool, Andy.
Okay.
And
Greg was laughing. I put the multi-view on, with all the cameras. He said, "Oh, this reminds me of Dave from Scott Rails."
yeah, understood.
Which I totally understand. It's just like,
Yeah,
actually, his should remind you of mine.
yeah, really.
I was first.
All right, I'll do my duty. Hello, y'all. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. Text them and see if
We were at mid-50s at one point.
well,
I had a lot of viewers. Now we're down to the 30s.
we just got one more.
Woo! Yay!
Yeah.
Yay me!
38 watching.
People like me.
Let's see it. Just text her daughter. I can find her. I text a lot of got and text a lot of people this week.
That class 143 that I've got from Märklin, that is a great runner. It really is just so consistent. It's such a boxy loco, and I'm just not into boxy locos unless they somehow have a cool livery on them.
Right.
But
Something
it's a German classic, but this particular model
Hey,
is
next challenge.
one of my best.
First name is officially Victor Emmanuel. You're named after an Italian prince. Oh, that's cool.
Well, there were at least 2 Victor Emmanuels who were king. No, there was 3 because the last king of Italy was Victor Emmanuel III, wasn't it?
Last week.
They reinstalled him
Victor.
briefly after Mussolini. They reinstalled him briefly after Mussolini, and then they got
Renault
rid of him.
sells Tillich in the U.S.
What?
Oh, it's a shame no one but
Renault.
Renault's sends Tillich in the U.S. I need some DBAGERGRY other coaches. Well, you can make a deal with Anthony to get them for you.
Well, no, he's in the U.S.
Oh, you're not paying the tariff. Okay, Raymond's in the tariff. I don't know where people.
It's
are.
just, yeah,
Separation.
Renault's is the only American shop that sells.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not entirely true.
Uh,
There's one other shop. I just don't know if he's still in business.
okay.
I will have to look. We will just have to take some moment and take a look at that. And how will you be paying for that, Mr. Clark? Matt, did we just... Yes, Diesel Dan, we just blew up a model train.
Right. Well, things will change. They always do. All right, get your economical ICE with the green stripes.
Ecumenical or
Economical. Good grief.
Thank
Now
you.
you're messing me up.
I'm not
Hi,
messing
Randall.
you up. Okay, so it's not that one.
You're all Model 2. What's the warning?
An old one. On these, you have to click it separately to get rid of it. That was from
Gotcha.
one my guy.
Hi,
derailed.
Randall. How's everything going, Randall? I don't think most of the bad weather was in Missouri. There's some in Oklahoma. AC Euro Trains only sells Märklin and closed their storefront. Oh.
Yeah, he's not even online much. I think his shop is just gone.
Well, it sounds like he does an online store then.
Well, hello, Eugene Kleis.
I don't know if you're asking how Fredo got out of the drive in those races, but it'll be answered next thing.
Hey, Raymond Legs, have you checked Euro Train Hobby? Because he used to sell a lot of Tillich. I just don't know if he's still in business. But it's Euro Train Hobby. I used to buy all my N-Wagen models from him.
I mean, his website's up.
That doesn't mean diddly squat.
You are very true. Hi, Eugene.
But yeah, Eurotrain Hobbies used to sell a ton of Tillich stuff. But you tend to know all the North American train shops.
Yeah. Oh, it hailed pretty good yesterday in your yard shift. How big was the hail, Randall?
I just said marble size.
Oh, used to say that lower?
Eurotrains USA. I have not heard of that one. Yeah, Raven, because that's where I bought all my N-Wagen models, because he had them and he had them at great prices.
Mm-hmm.
And you said the same thing. Good prices.
And you probably had marble size hail yesterday. Gotcha. It's been crazy. It was a crazy, crazy week.
Well, thank you, Sir Eugene.
Thank you, Eugene. That's nice. 3 Kings, but the prince was not a nice guy. You were born in 1968. And he murdered his girlfriend. It took 19 years for forensic engineering.
And you happen to be named after Prince. Well, don't tell people that. Tell them you were named after the king.
Yikes. So, yeah, I'd say name after the
king. Victor, I was named after a mafia hitman who killed more than just one girlfriend.
Yeah. Oh, Lynn, we've been watching for a while, but covered in tomatoes making salsa.
Okay.
All right. Are we going to say hi to Kyan?
All right. Is it time to say hi to Kyan? Plug your ears.
One storm watch and a tornado watch. Okay.
Come on, where is it? Where is it?
Yeah, indeed. Because wow, does hail cause a crap ton of damage.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
It breaks cars.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Kyan! Opa loves you!
Opa loves you. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow at your soccer game. And
it's supposed to rain
all weekend.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to rain.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain during this game. I don't know if they cancel for the little ones when they have long rain. I don't know.
Yeah, kids will be running around. Kyan!
Yep, we love Kyan.
And love you too, Lynn. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning.
Lynn and Chris. Yep.
I guess if this game gets canceled before we head out, you can call us and just bring them
please
straight
let
over.
us know and bring them over. Yeah, it's supposed to rain tomorrow morning. Yeah, we got a break today, and then it rains tomorrow, and it's going to get cold.
Anything going on in there? Nope, nobody's doing anything.
Okay.
Nobody's doing anything in there.
What should they be doing in there?
Nothing.
Yeah.
We're just checking on them.
You didn't call them. They shouldn't be doing anything. Oh yeah, the car was written off by hailstones. Yeah. Oh, for sure. It just dents all the metal and it breaks the.
Whoops!
Whoops! You stopped everybody.
Hit the wrong button.
Yeah. Okay.
Pushed the wrong button, Frank.
So yeah, tell people you're named after the king. It sounds like that prince was a real jerk. Yeah. Yeah, everybody got new roofs, gutters, and siding. Oh, it was awful. Yeah, it would be fun as a weather geek to watch it, but yeah. With Liz not working, we've got one car outside, but it is the one that's still insured. So if it gets nailed, it'll be covered.
See, I don't have the other camera set up.
Yeah, that's his.
I was moving
second fiddle yard.
I was moving the IC3 back and forth.
Okay, I was gonna say, do you have a lane free to do that?
But
Oh, I'm sure it destroyed your garden.
Joyce
Oh,
can
so it's late in
confirm
the
I was
season.
named after a mafia hitman. That
Oh, yeah,
story's
he
well
was.
told.
Dad
My
loved-
father played football with him in high school, and he always said, I like that name, Anthony. If I have a son, I'm going to name him Anthony. And then I was like 7 years old, and the news was
Yeah, they let us know in the morning.
Anthony LaPaglia,
They said also Kyan
hitman
responded from
for
across the room. He's
the
been obsessed
Detroit
with this
Mafia
Lego.
and the Toledo Purple Gang, arrested on the count of multiple murders
Yeah, I'm happy.
committed in the service of. And my dad goes, "Oh, that's the guy named you after." Oh,
Yeah. Surprise!
oh, so yeah, I've had to live my life knowing I was
don't
named after a
really
mafia
think you need to
hitman.
worry about that. You were
Oops.
named after a football player who turned into a mafia man. Yeah, can you imagine a hailstone that big? Yeah, we need to call the insurance. Tell them we have a metal roof.
Oh
They
yeah,
think we have a slate one. So we need to straighten them up. I don't know if we go
Why?
up, but we need to straighten them up so they cover the roof.
oh, to cover the roof, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Although we've
yeah.
got quite a warranty on it, so
We need to call True Green and deal with the.
yeah. Oh, I'll just do it
Now that
online.
you got your new
Yeah.
card.
Yeah, gorilla hail. Yeah. Yeah, I bet. I've seen quite a bit just on Facebook. I follow a lot of weather people.
He's obsessed with his Legos. Well, that's cool.
I'm glad he's obsessed with them. That's what we got.
Probably
him.
should get them a little bit more. It seems limited with the bit, but I thought those kids had a crap load of Legos. But in there, I'm not finding many.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've got the one Lord of the Rings set I pulled out. Well, actually, I think I put it back in there now.
Okay. Oh, that's awful. Colleagues or ex-colleagues with names like
Did I see
Stalin or
somebody named Crystal
Jihad.
is here? Hello, Crystal, and hello, Chase.
Hi, Chase.
That is my Crystal. That is my rail. That's an extension of my parking area. What was my-
She liked building the floral
Where's my
Legos.
handy?
Okay, we were seeing
Yeah.
that when we were at the store.
Hier ist meine Handy. Vielleicht kann ich.
You doing with your Hyundai?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Really? Don't give me that attitude. Yeah, we
With
decided he
his
was old
eyes while
enough.
his hands are busy
We
working
got him busy.
overtime.
Yeah, we gave it to him for
A
Easter.
self-impression
I was
of
trying to
his
remember why
life,
we gave
which
it to him.
he ate and donated to
That
the
was his
National
Easter
Trust.
gift. My cousin's a teacher in New Zealand. She had a student named Round the back of the bike sheds. That was her
How do
name.
you know this?
Yeah, you do always step on a Lego. That's for sure. He stepped on Legos and decided he didn't like it.
There we go. Okay.
But they had some
So
crazy
now-
names. For sure.
So we're on the phone cab. So there is my high-speed train parking area right there. And then it goes through that closet. It goes. Da, 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 da.
We have not discussed dinner yet.
Oh, we're discussing it now. It goes through this closet here, It goes under these stairs.
Not that we can see past your flags.
Yeah. That's right. It goes under these stairs.
I know. All right, Josh, you take care of yourself and watch the weather. So then he's in there. If he backed up more, you'd see Liz's sewing stuff. I think she's starting to feel a little cramped, but she's dealing with it. And Uncle Surly, and he was. Oh, wow. I always say when parents give their kids names, a lot of them are a challenge. You know, if you name your child Patience, she won't be. Prudence is not prudent. I could keep going, but I'm going to stop. Chastity. Oh, we go. Look at my hair. It's all curly because it's humid.
Da, 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 da. So there you go. And then there's that side. And then all my stuff up over there.
Grounded CD Taurus. Oh, you are on the shake cam.
What's that? What?
Sit on the shake cam.
Well, both of them are shaky, but yeah, that one's the one that's just getting consistently
Yeah, nice
worse.
to meet you, Mr. Douchebag. Yeah, Anthony's Sumbish isn't really that crazy anymore.
Oh,
I never
what
was.
I miss?
Talking about names.
Oh,
New Zealand, a student named round the back of the bike sheds. That's crazy. South Auckland's very rough area with crazy schools.
yeah.
I've had some crazy names over the years, although I don't really remember them, if that makes sense.
I've heard that area. Well, that's where,
Sad.
if I remember correctly, that's where OMD, or not OMD. How bizarre. What were they?
Yeah.
OHM? OMC. They were OMC, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the something millionaires club.
Okay.
Because he was from
OMD. Yeah, he's got it.
No, OMD was Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark.
Yeah.
There was a band from New Zealand that were one-hit wonders in America with a song called How Bizarre, which we actually love.
Mm-hmm.
Which mixed.
How bizarre.
They were what is it? Maoris.
Yeah.
Maoris of New Zealand. They were Maoris from that poor neighborhood in Auckland, that really, really slum area of Auckland. And it was two brothers, Paulie and another one. They both died young. And it was OMC. Yeah, OMC. And they did the song How Bizarre. And it was huge. And it was amazing because he mixed a little bit of reggae and rap with Latino music. It was quite an interesting mix.
Oh, baby, you're driving me crazy.
You're driving me crazy. Every time I look around, 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 it's in my face. Hello, Sir Jeff of Three Spikes Railroad. How are you?
Hi, Sir Jeff. A wonderful choo-choo weekend. I think we start with a wonderful choo-choo.
Yeah, but they were from New Zealand.
And
They were from your home.
Yeah, it was a hit in the UK too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was a worldwide smash.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't name too many New Zealand groups, and my favorite New Zealand group had to go to Australia to get big, and that was Split Ends. Love Split Ends. All phases of Split Ends,
Samoan or
including
Tongan?
the Crowded House era.
Okay. I thought they were Samoan or Tongan.
No, they were. They're for. I'm.
Oh, I'll Google it again. Nope, that's the wrong thing.
Here, they're right there. Yeah.
Fine, you read it.
The Otara Millionaires Club were a New Zealand music group, then a duo with vocalist Paulie Fuamana, later becoming the sole member. OMC was best known for their 1996 How Bizarre, named one of the greatest New Zealanders songs of all time by the Australasian Performing Rights Association.
You get their
The full
background?
name of the band is a tongue-in-cheek reference to Otara's status as one of the poor suburbs of Auckland. Oh, okay. Well, that could be. I just assumed being from New Zealand, they were, and looking like Pacific Islanders, they were from Maori. Got to watch that, making assumptions. Good time I look around. So I was just misunderstanding what Dirk was saying. He was just talking about their heritage.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Crowded House, not as much as I like Split Ends.
Yeah, he had a Maori mother.
Maori mother.
Maori mother. Was raised by his grandmother in central Auckland.
So it doesn't say what his dad was.
No, it does not.
Okay, so mom was Maori.
Actually, a Nuian.
Oh. Okay.
All right, Roland Blue, you take care. Roland Blue.
All right, take care, KJ. So Nuian,
Oh.
Niuean.
Bye, Karen.
Okay. This is where years of not knowing. Now I'm forgetting
Well,
where the
we
Nuians
love
are
the
from.
concert of Neil Finn and
Neil Finn and Paul Kelly.
Paul Kelly. That was wonderful.
Oh my God. Paul Kelly's song, Don't Stand So Close to the Window, is a great song. But his teaming up with Neil Finn a few years ago, they did an album together and a concert together where they did some Crowded House. But their version of Four Seasons in One Day and Paul Kelly's Don't Stand So Close to the Window are beautiful. Oh my God, I love listening to them.
It is so pretty.
I love I love both songs
Loved it
better than their original
Loved
versions.
it the first time we heard it. One of those.
And the wood on the wire would be just like Ash Wednesday bush fire.
Yeah.
Don't stand so close to the window. Oh God, I can't sing it.
Yeah.
Somebody
Hi, Spikes Railroad.
out there might see. That's Jeff.
Jeff.
You're not supposed to
Jeff.
be here with
Okay.
me.
Can't keep up. Yeah.
Bottle of wine, then another. Suddenly we fell into each other.
Now you get to play songs.
Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful song by Paul Kelly, and the original album version is
harmony
nice.
with the two of them
But
is
his
beautiful.
version that he does with Neil Finn is miles ahead of that.
That's what got you into
And then they did, the Four Seasons in One Day, which I like that version almost as much as the original Crowded House version.
I'd say I like it more, to be honest.
Yeah, I had never heard of Paul Kelly until I saw that concert, and then it's like, oh, I need to learn about this Paul Kelly, this Australian folk singer. Oh, so you know him, yeah. So yeah, I went back and started going through his catalog, and there's a lot of stuff by him I like. Some not so much, but a lot of stuff by Paul Kelly I like. But yeah, he and Neil Finn did this concert a few years ago. And
all right, bye, Lee. You don't know anyone who knows Paul Kelly. Well, now you do.
Well, now I do. I'm just surprised when I mention it, some of my Down Under friends don't bring him up.
Right, yeah.
But without doubt, his song "Don't Stand So Close to the Window" is my favorite
cool.
by him.
All right, it says check out the album Nature. We can do that.
All right, good night, Lee.
Surly, take care. Who's surly?
Really? Oh, it's almost time.
It's about that time. And we didn't discuss dinner, so we need to get that decision made. What are we doing for dinner?
I don't know. We have ice cream.
Let's do it.
All right, we'll do ice cream. It's ice cream tonight.
Wow, that was faster than normal.
Yeah, it really was.
I got to brace up for this weekend. I'm going to have a cayenne attached to me almost nonstop.
Probably. I will do my best to.
I'm just hoping it's not Paw Patrol missions nonstop for all day.
Right.
Like, Cayenne, can we play something else?
You can mix it up. I think you're gonna have to get them to.
Cayenne, but what's to play something besides Paw Patrol missions? Mm-hmm. Now, yesterday he did change it up. It was Paw Patrol with superheroes.
All right, go Army. Take care.
All right, Dirk's taking off. All right, Dirk, thanks for hanging out with us.
All right, thanks, Andy. All right, they're leaving.
Everybody's leaving. I guess that
they're
means...
leaving the check.
Uh-oh.
I like to make that joke.
Checks must be being passed around. Everybody's darting for the door. Bottle of wine, then another.
Thank you, Mara. You too.
Hopefully, I'll wake up for any stream this weekend.
I don't know. We could have pizza tomorrow night with Kai.
Yeah, we'll have pizza tomorrow night. Although Kai's not a big pizza guy.
I thought he ate cheese or something. He eats the top of it, I guess. I don't know.
I'll have to find out.
I don't know what he eats anymore. I think it sounds good.
Oh, I got which two?
We can just make him toast for dinner.
Yeah, it might just be I want toast. We could take him out. He seems like going out to eat.
Oh, we could go out. Yeah, that'd be all right with that.
Like Red Robin or something like that.
Or
we can take him
or
out.
something. Yeah.
All right. Well, before everybody heads out the door,
before everybody leaves, let us say goodbye.
My phone just tweets, so somebody's.
Okay. I didn't hear it.
All right, for the three of you that are left here.
Right.
Yeah. Well, another Friday show is come and gone. We've survived. You've survived. Yeah, it's been a frantic day today and yesterday. So anyhow, hopefully this time next week I'll be running a new train. I'm hoping I might get it Thursday.
Yeah. You know how that is.
We know how that can be.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll have that new unit installed and ready to go.
Cranky until it comes. Yes. Should have been here.
No. So on that note, I'll probably run all double deckers next week just to celebrate.
Why not?
So on that note, I'm going to say, Auf Wiedersehen.
Choose.
And happy trains. Take care, everybody.
Bye.